สวัสดีครับทุกท่านที่รวมกันวันนี้นะครับ ผมชื่อกวินนะครับจริงๆผมเป็นคนไทยแต่ว่าเกิดและโตที่อเมริกาส่วนสำเนียงเหมือนคนฝรั่งใช่ไหมครับทีนี้เดี๋ยวให้อภัยหน่อยเดี๋ยวเปลี่ยนเป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะครับ Okay, well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? Got your coffee? Excited? Thank you. I'm a little tired, so normally I like to walk around the stage, but today I'm just gonna stand still. This is my 7th city in 3 weeks. So I've been doing a world tour. I just came from the US, back to Singapore, to Australia, Japan, and each country was like 2 different cities. So speaking at every city right now. So this is my last leg, and so you have to pardon me for not walking a lot. Alrighty. So this is me about 15 years ago. ผอมหล่อแต่ว่าตัวนี้อ้วนแล้ว So just a little background about myself. So I've joined Know before. It is the largest security awareness training organization in the world. I used to be an ex-customer, so I believe in the product so much I used it and I bought it. 30 years in cyber and IT. Half of that career was in the US, half of that now in Asia. I'm based out of Singapore, Thai ethnically, but yeah, I can speak Tinglish okay. Yeah, so I'll be probably mixing it up a little bit here and there. So over the past 5 years, I've been actually working out of Thailand, running my own business. Actually, I've been working with Salkamashal to help doing capacity building for Thailand. So my mission and vision is to help uplift organizations across Thailand and Asia Pacific. So I was thinking of what topic to talk about, right? You know, we hear AI. Anyone sick of AI yet? ยกมือเลย Raise your hands. Yes, I know everyone's sick of AI, but we have to talk about it because it is a huge game changer in cybersecurity today. So I wanted to see what's an interesting topic to really hone in on for specifically Thailand. And I know a lot of organizations here, you know, you're concerned about regulations and compliance, correct? น่ากลัวใช่ไหม Don't fine เยอะ you'll get fined. So PDPA, huge thing, right? And the PDPC has been doing a lot of good initiatives to do from shifting from compliance to now enforcement. So I wrote about and researched on what are the things that we can do to weave in the humans and AI workforce today. Now I know Dr. Atip this morning spoke about our positioning in AI and skills. The panel discussion spoke about AI as well. But for me, we're going to take the next step. We're going to talk about not just chatbots, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini. We will be talking about agentic AI. Who here is using agentic AI now? ยกมือเลย Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, good. So you are playing with agentic AI. So what is the difference? So while chatbots are just, you know, prompts, you go in and do a super search engine on steroids, right? That comes up with good prompts and replies. An agent now does fully automated thinking, weaving complex tasks to do things, right? So imagine last year was the first documented attack using agentic AI, right? Anthropic did a full report on this. So they had this agent that was equipped with Claude Code, pushed it out. It used all these pen test tools to do all the different stages, reconnaissance, enumeration, vulnerability scanning, and exploitation, all by itself, right? So we are now facing machine speed threats, like the panel discussion was saying. So let's talk about the fines. The reality this year, PDPC has been implementing a lot of fines across all different organizations, no matter what sector or industry, right? 7 million, 2.5, 1.2, 3 million Thai baht, right? And this is due to maybe technical failures or compounding other interests or penalties. And this is not going away. It's only going to get worse for you guys, but better for security, I would say. So you can see this is a huge thing. So be careful, right? I'm going to warn you right now. And what's going on here? So in this day and age in 2026, Thailand is shifting now from a reactive complaint-driven privacy enforcement to continuous 24/7 monitoring. So the PDPC, they have introduced a thing called Eagle Eye. Could I yin mai? Eagle Eye. Right. Remember that Fast and Furious movie, God's Eye? Like that AI that knows everything? Well, this is not that similar, but close enough. So what it is, it's this tool that PDPC uses to monitor private and public sector websites. So continuously crawling all the different URLs online, non-stop, to find goods and bads, actors and threats, and vulnerabilities for websites, right? So what does this mean? It's an always-on watchdog for PDPC. And what does it mean to you as an organization? It means you can't hide anymore. Saan mai dai la nakap. You cannot hide. They are watching you. They are watching everything that goes in and outside of your organization and what you access. And this goes into AI now, right? Now we have organizations leveraging AI to do query searches, to do solutions, to automate things. But at the same time, they're monitoring things that you're using. So AI tool, right? You're putting in data, you're leaking data, putting in things that you shouldn't be putting on in there. They're watching that. So you can't hide from fines anymore. They'll catch you, right? That's a warning. So one of the other things that they've released or they're initiating is this Trustmark certification. Anyone hear about this? Could they in my cup? Yeah. So I know in Singapore we have a Trustmark certification, official one, that you can actually work on organizations to be certified. However, for PDPC, it's more of an infrastructure. So it offers public-facing reliability stamps that complements your back-end enforcements. So it introduced this PDPC mark. So it integrates with enforcement tools now. So the eligibility for the mark is assessed via their privacy maturity model and privacy index, which grade your risk management capabilities. So if you haven't seen this yet or used it, look it up. I think it's a good guideline for you, for organizations. All right, and with Salkamashal, there are now new mandates. I know I say Pikeng, Kun Jedet. We're going into the realm of cloud now, right? And even Dr. Tip was saying, data sovereignty is huge. And there's now a reason why Google and Amazon, they just opened their clouds in Thailand this past year, right? Google just opened it up this year, Amazon last year, because they start to realize organizations are now concerned with using and storing data overseas. So now you have the potential and capability to store your data in the cloud in Thailand. So with this whole advancements of cloud now and cloud first, NCSA is doing more real-time incident reporting for CIIs. This is important. It really helps drive policy in encouraging cloud-first strategy. I know everyone, everyone's in cloud today, right? No matter how you like it or not, we're in cloud. We're using any sort of SaaS, PaaS, IaaS infrastructure, right? So the data, you have to question where is that and where does it reside. So leveraging NCSA's new standards for cloud will help in establishing more cloud-first strategies to help on these issues. So they will be doing real-time reporting for CIIs. I know this because about 5-6 years ago when I was working with Salkamashal, NCSA, I helped establish incident response plans for every single CII across every sector. And they're pushing initiatives now this year, in the past 2 years actually, on cloud adoption. All right? Now here's a breakout problem. We see that everything is all manual, legacy, compliance driven. It will fail because with this new AI that comes in, it's machine speed, right? It's no longer human versus human, it's what? AI versus AI. Because we can't scale, we cannot beat them, right? Adversaries are always 2 steps ahead. So how do we tackle that? We have to adopt a good strategy at machine speed. All right. And let's tie in this training the human. So the panel actually discussed an interesting point. I think it was Kun Varapong. And he was mentioning something from humans, the young generation is saying AI will take our jobs, right? And it will. Certain jobs, yes, don't be afraid. But we have to shift from a different role now. We are changing from operator to orchestrator, right? We are now orchestrating the tasks. So we have to define new roles. We have to become the playbook engineer, the automation analyst. We have to have that human in the loop, which I'll share later. But NCSA has been doing some great initiatives, upskilling about 0.5% of their Thai civil workforce on understanding AI literacy. Human literacy in AI governance, samkhan mak, very important, and we need that. This is the year they term in cybersecurity that I've seen worldwide, no matter where is called AI governance. This is the year of AI governance because we have to. They have released the tools, the floodgates on AI, so we need to be there to control, right? Be this decision makers. Also, to just note, NCSA and Microsoft, great initiatives there, coordinating private-public training pipelines. I'm not sure you're part of this. Anyone from Microsoft? Anyone can explain the programs? I think it's a good collaboration. I think we're doing stuff with Google as well to uplift the human skill sets in Thailand. And I'm very proud and happy to see that. So they're helping to fund and deploy centralized platforms to bring in data more centrally and consolidate and help on triaging alerts more centrally for everyone. Also, NCSA, they did this thing called training 10,000 cyber warriors. Anyone part of that program? Very good, right? 10,000 cyber warriors to uplift the new generation. So I'm part of the IC Squared corporate. So I founded the Singapore chapter, and we are an association, CISSP, the golden standard of certifications. So I'm one of the founders of the Singapore chapter and chartering member for the Bangkok chapter, and we've agreed with NCSA to certify 10,000 people in CC, the basic certification course. So uplifting the human workforce, really key and important. So NCSA, I give kudos on them uplifting this. So let's talk about agents. For those of you who used agents, do you fine-tune them? Do you train them regularly? Yes? Okay. So as humans, agents can be trained too, right? And you have to train them the right way, ถูกต้อง, right? Because in AI, it's garbage in, garbage out. You train them wrong, you'll get wrong outputs. So what I recommend here is you can actually use PDPA data and their guidelines and put it into the agents, the agent training models, and give them that text, the contextual background on PDPA and the guidelines. Put it in there, train it, so it can understand kind of the guardrails, right? So you don't have to have maybe an external technical control, but you use these guidelines, this data, and input it into the agent to say, this is the boundaries. What's right, what's wrong, what not to say, what to say, right? What data to share, what not to share. Not only helps humans, but also trains agents in the right way. So, implementing policy layers that enforce consent, purpose limitation, data minimalization can always be there. Wow, is my time up already? I can go home. 5 minutes? กลับบ้านแล้ว Okay. Okay. I have another 50 slides, so here we go. I'm just kidding. So real guidelines, I can share the slides after this, so I know it's a lot of talking points. A lot of things here on the synergy. So we heard this key term. You have to keep this in mind. Humans in the loop. We always have to be there, right? Just look at it this way. Strategic collaboration. AI handles 80% of the workload, right? Automation, orchestration. But we, as humans, we handle the 20% of the critical steps. Like we do the human review of flagged high-risk cases, ambiguous contexts, legal, ethical edge cases, all this stuff, we have to assign clear escalation criteria. So like high-impact decisions, finance, right? You're doing high-risk trades, right? You have to not depend on the AI agent to just trade on its own. It has to show you, okay, is this right? ถูกต้องไหม? Then you say yes, ถูกไหม? ถูก. Then you approve. So having that human in the loop is super critical. All right? Okay. And then we know that this whole system is going to be a dual vulnerability. AI agents and humans, we're both mutually exploitable. So you can see from AI agents, they're vulnerable to like prompt injection, data poisoning, right? Malicious insider tactics even. And human collaborators, yes, of course, phishing, social engineering, we are vulnerable to that. So for us, we have to strengthen not only the human layer, but also the agent layer through training. And one of the things I propose is this thing called adaptive risk orchestration, ARM frameworks. So ARM is basically moving from static risk scores to adaptive risk profiling for, say, not only your humans, but also your agents, right? How risky is an agent touching PII data versus that's just doing orchestration tasks? So you actually have to put a risk score on not only the humans, the VIPs, right? Executives who are highly targeted, but also the agents. Not every agent is created the same. So we have to put some sort of adaptive risk scoring, right? Efficient gains will be realized using this, doing securing AI interactions, and efficiency, which is number one for all businesses, will be realized if you adapt something like this, adaptive risk framework. You can come to me and talk to me about this later. All right, and then yes, so everyone loves being audited, right? รักมาก ชอบมากใช่ไหม No, กลัว กังวลมาก Yes. So if we do this, there is a transparency problem. So if you can build some sort of system that has this trust mark advantage to aligns to PDPC on saying we are following your guidelines on securing, showing what you're doing with your agents, and giving them the under the hood to say what are the workflows like with humans in the loop. That will help. And we're speeding it up. Pretty pictures, right? สวยมาก AI ทำ So let me just forward up. I know my time is up. Here is kind of a good takeaway. 3-step roadmap for CISOs. You have to map, orchestrate, and certify, right? Mapping, deploying agents, telemetry across cloud workloads, SaaS, inventory-sensitive data, all that in the mapping phase. Orchestrate, of course. You can use NCSA's AI security guidelines, put it in to your agent training data, and actually leverage that to say, these are the guardrails to use. So orchestrate that, automate permissionings, validate playbooks, use that to orchestrate your workflows to help make efficiency better. And then at the end of the day, certify, of course. Align controls to the PDPC privacy models, maturity models, and show that the Thailand trust mark can be used and applied to your organization. Alrighty? I'll leave you with this. Don't they off stage? Okay. So we know that now in 2026, you can have the best firewalls, the strongest policies, but at the end of the day, it's that one person, right? Click. Goodbye. Right. So training the human workforce with AI, training the AI as well, just as important, very critical. And a little flash spot on Know Before. We've been in the industry for 15 years on human behavior. We're actually jumping into AI now. Well, we've actually been in AI. We have a product that's actually being released this year called Agent Risk Manager. I'm very excited. This is actually a technical tool that can actually address shadow AI, can help on controls and build those guardrails for you. So again, ขอบคุณมากครับทุกท่านนะครับผมชื่อกวิน This is my QR malware. Don't scan. No, you failed. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is my QR code for my LinkedIn. Please connect with me. This is my line, my เบอร์โทรศัพท์ Singapore นะครับ I write about thought leadership pieces all the time in the realms of emerging tech, AI, quantum. So I'd like to ขอบคุณทุกท่านที่ฟังผมวันนี้นะครับขอบคุณครับ Thank you.
Thank you.